is the news on Honor 103.5 FM. Honor FM News. Accurate, transparent, undiluted. We go deep. We bring you the news behind the news. Honor FM News. If it's new, then it's news.
Good afternoon, welcome to the news, World News at noon on Honor 103.5 FM. On the national news this afternoon, President Tinubu insists power his priority. On the African news, thousands take to the streets to mark Niger's departure from ECOWAS. On the foreign scene, Trump offers millions of federal workers 8 months' pay to resign. On the business news, telecom subscribers head for cuts as NCC Turks deadlock over tariff hike. On the entertainment scene, AY Marco preaches against casting blame in broken marriages. Welcome once again to the news at noon. I am Temitope Dada. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has joined other leaders yesterday in decrying the paradox of Africa's vast energy wealth coexisting with widespread insufficiency. He described it as an unacceptable reality that demands urgent action. The president joined other leaders in adopting the declaration with a commitment to provide access to electricity for 300 million people in Africa by 2030. Speaking at the Mission 300 African Energy Summit in Tanzania, through the Minister of Power, Bayo Adelabu, President Tinubu stressed the need for collective efforts to bridge the continent's energy gap. Tinubu noted that its $200 million in the Nigerian electrification project will provide electricity for 500,000 people by the end of 2025. Also in the news this afternoon, about 3,690 Nigerians in the United States are faced with deportation as Trump cracked down on illegal immigrants in the country. As contained in the document compiled by U.S. Immigrant and Customs Enforcement, Enforcement and Removal Operations and cited by news correspondents on Tuesday. The agency reviewed the data is broken down by nationality and number of people faced with deportation. It also clarified that as of November 24, 2024, there are 1,445,549 non-citizens. Meanwhile, on Thursday last week, hundreds of migrants were arrested and others flew out of the country on military aircraft as Donald Trump's promised mass deportation operation got underway. Likewise in the news this afternoon, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoku, has initiated legal action against activist Omoyele Sowore over comments he made on social media, referring to Egbetoku as an illegal IG. Sowore is facing 3 charges related to cybercrime under the Cybercrime Prohibition Act. According to charges filed, Egbetoku accused Sowore of intentionally and knowingly sending messages through his verified Twitter account. The police alleged that these publications were false and aimed at causing a breakdown of law and order. And moving on to the African news, thousands of people took to the streets of Niamey and several other towns across Niger on Tuesday, responding to a call by the civil society M62 movement to mark the day that Niger, together with Burkina Faso and Mali, exited the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The 3 countries have grouped together to form a new alliance, the Confederation of Sahel States. The demonstration was attended by members of the government, civil society activists, and guests, Meanwhile, negotiations are underway with ECOWAS on practical arrangements for the AES official departure from the body on January 29, 2025. Moving on to the foreign scene now, President Donald Trump has offered buyout packages to almost all federal workers who do not want to return to the office, a major move designed to shrink the U.S. government. In an email sent to millions of employees on Tuesday, his administration told workers that they had to decide by the 6th of February whether they wanted to be a part of a deferred resignation program. The message from the Office of the Personnel Management, the government's HR agency, on Tuesday evening also warned of future downsizing. The email follows Trump's earlier announcement that federal employees who had been working remotely since the COVID pandemic would be required to return to the office 5 days a week. It is unclear, however, how the order would be implemented, and it is likely to be challenged in court. And in the news coming from Asia this afternoon, eyewitnesses and hospital sources have told newsmen that at least a dozen people have been killed in a crash at a huge religious festival in northern India, although there is no official confirmation of how many people have been killed or injured. Meanwhile, officials had predicted up to 100 million people were expected to attend the Bathing Day at the Kumbh Mela, one of the world's biggest religious festivals. But despite the famous bathing, according to newsmen, being suspended by organizers, Vikas Pandey, a reporter, says tens of thousands are still trying to take the holy dip. In the news coming from Australia this afternoon, 14 members of an Australian religious group have been convicted of killing an 8-year-old diabetic girl who was denied insulin. The court held that Elizabeth's treatment was withheld because the group, known as the Saints, opposed medical care, believing God would heal her. Her father, Justin Truce, and the group leader, Brendan Stevens, were on trial for murder. When handing down his almost 500-page verdict on Wednesday, Justice Martin said that although it was clear Elizabeth's parents and every member of the church, including all other accused, had adored her, her actions had resulted in her death. If you are just joining us, you are listening to the World News on Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan. Do not forget to follow us on all the social media and news at Honor 103.5 FM. On the business report for this afternoon, Nigerians are mounting a resolute challenge to the contentious 50% increase in call and data tariffs, with telecom subscribers and advocacy groups escalating the matter to the courts, following unsuccessful attempts to engage the Nigerian Communications Commission. The National Association of Telecommunication Subscribers detailed its intention to initiate legal proceedings against the telecom regulator on Wednesday. These groups, including NATCOMs, contend that the increase exacerbates already challenging economic conditions for Nigerians. On the entertainment scene this afternoon, Nigerian comedian and actor A.Y. Maku has weighed in on the ongoing conversation surrounding Tubaba and Annie Idibia's divorce, urging people to refrain from casting blame. Taking to X on January 28, AY criticized the tendency of online commenters to sensationalize broken marriages. His statement comes amid widespread discussions and criticism about Tubaba and Annie's marital struggles. And finally, in sport news, Pep Guardiola says Manchester City will embrace the challenge of tonight's must-win Champions League clash against Club Brugge and is confident that they will make the knockout stages. The Premier League champions must beat last season's Belgian league winners at the Etihad to progress to the playoff stage. involving teams ranked from 9th to 24th in the league phase. And that'll be all for now on the World News at noon on Honor 103.5 FM. Before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. On the national news this afternoon, we informed you that President Tinubu has insisted that steady power is his priority. Also on the African story, thousands have taken to the streets to mark Niger's departure from ECOWAS. On the foreign scene, Trump offers millions of federal workers 8 months' pay to resign. In business, telecom subscribers have headed for court as NCC talks deadlock over tariff hike. In entertainment, AY Makun has preached against casting blame in broken marriages. For eyewitness reports, news mentions, and news commercials, contact the Honor FM newsroom at 0817 675 5555 or 0913 600 1035. You can also visit our website at www.honorfm1035.net for more information. The news was compiled and edited by Anwolu Akpo Idu. I am Temitope Dada. Thanks for listening.
That was the news.